So basically in the SD conf file, you'll basically get this, you'll see the list here which is showing everything at the moment. Now we're gonna have to go into this particular section here to edit anything to do with the file itself. So you have to scroll like literally like further down to where it says like device, open column, it'll say name equals file, storage, media type equals file, etc. And this is where of course we're going to edit where it says archive device. This is where of course we're going to basically put the location of the backup itself. So we're going to, so for the archive, mine of course, I said in the article as well, was bacula. So you're going to do shift A first. So it was bacula / backup, all one word. And basically everything else literally should be left as it is. So once you've done that, you basically press escape, and then you're going to do the shift and colon WQ, and basically that's going to be saving and exit the file itself, and that's basically both files edited for you. Now is just to test it. Now to test it, we're going to write a command which is sudo bacula -sd space -tc /etc bacula /bacula -sd.conf, and then basically what you're going to do here, right? I'm actually copied it twice. Let's do it again. Yep. So basically sd-tc etc bacula -backup-sc.conf, and then you're going to press enter. It'll ask for the password. Now if it gives any errors, it's not correct. Now as it's went straight to next and it's asking me, taking me to the terminal itself, that means of course everything's working fine. So that's basically bacula itself actually fully configured and working for you, and you'll be able to then start of course your backup or restoration, whichever way you want to do it. Now when it comes to backup and restoring, see, everyone's different. You see, in the business perspective, of course, you need data backups on a day-to-day basis, because if anything goes wrong or system goes down or malfunction or failure, then of course they need that particular system up and running within a certain period of time. If you're doing it just for, I don't know, just for fun, or basically just enjoying it because it's like a hobby, so when it comes to backups, if it's, I'll say do it like once every 3 to 6 months, and then basically, as I said, that's it. So just that's if you get a lot of data, or if you've got like a lot of documents or pictures, or you get like hundreds and hundreds of pictures or something, then that's what I would do. If however you're running your own website or anything like that at all, then I would say do a backup every time you make a change. So basically, for example, I've got 2 other websites. So you've got techieguys.net, I've got techieguys.com, techieguys.co.uk. So I've got all 3. Now the .co.uk and the .com, those are backed up. So I've basically backed up the files associated to both of them. So in case if anything does go wrong, I'm able to recover them. At the same time, I've also backed it up onto an external hard drive and on another machine, just in case if my server itself breaks down and I need the system of running to do everything, then of course I could recover it. So it's more or less, it's up to what your preferences are. But other than that, as I said, the next thing will be to test the thing. So as I said, that hasn't given an error. We're just going to basically create like a simple file to test it, see that it's actually working. After that, that should be everything literally set up for you. So what I'm going to do here, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to type in sudo bconsole, which is the bacula console, press enter. It will then basically ask me to enter a command. So basically, as I said, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to get the list of the commands itself. So yeah, so when you log in, you get something similar to below. So what I'm going to do here is, now you have to type in the word label when it brings you to the console. So you can't just type in my catalog. So type in label, it'll give you a list. It'll say automatically select storage, which is file, enter new volume name. So I'm just going to call it test, and then press enter. And then basically it will then ask me which option do I want to select. So I'm just going to say basically 2 as a file, press enter. And then what it will do, of course, it will come with this particular screen, so indicating the 2. So now the other thing I forgot to do was to restart the bacula system. So it's sudo service -bacula -sd restart. So that'll just restart it, and basically that will start and stop the service itself. And of course we're going to restart the other service, which is sudo service bacula -direct to restart. So that's going to restart that as well. So once that's done, we can then go into type in sudo bconsole, press enter, and then this is where you type in label, press enter, call it test, press enter, call it a file. So I'm going to press number 2, press enter. Now basically location stop. So that's saying it's found the location. So basically bacula /backup is always mounted, it says, so which is good. So basically that's the brief discussion of the test file. So I've checked to see it's there. So basically I've just created a random file called test. And as you can see, I've had to go into the home directory, and basically, as I said, it's backup bacula. So when I go into backup bacula /backup, as you can see, the test file is there, and that's the file that's actually backed up and everything. Now to do the restore, of course, it will be the opposite, which I will show at a later stage in another video. Like I said, I hope that makes sense regarding backing up using bacula, because I know a few have said, well, basically the instructions are there, but of course you need like step-by-step images on how to do it. So as I said, I hope that's actually been relevant for you, and thank you again until my next video, which I'll put on hopefully soon, in which case it will be on most likely either a different article or continuation of this article itself for restoring using bacula. And thanks for myself. Take care. Bye bye.